the new concourse, I had the feeling that it was not my concourse, that I would not find my reserved place in H, that I wasn't of it, but that at the same time it appeared just as my true concourse L appeared, each with identical arrangements, items for sale, panels, patterns, alternating waiting areas along the corridor, as thorns go down the stem. But it wasn't my concourse. I knew it to be only a parallel, in which I did not come into play, enter into plots, or bear any relation, except that I had the idea that these items could also be of use in concourse L, if only I could take them back with me. Since I was not a recognizable entity to the keepers of these commodities, I thought I could easily make the transfer. These first, that one and this next poem are kind of like sort of odd little prose poems or paragraphs. Tom Ka. After the abortion, my boyfriend took me to a Thai restaurant we'd never been to before. I told my best friend over the phone. It was full of shadows and steam crossing into each other. I told her about the coconut soup and it was like nothing else I ever tasted. It wrenched through my body all through the little tubes. Because I was weak and grieving, and my boyfriend who delivered me to this nourishment, it stands out in my memory as the apex of my ex-boyfriend's care for me, I said. Even though I was confused because before my pregnancy, he told me how devastated he was by his last girlfriend's abortion, how the grief brought them together despite their volatile relationship, and this time he didn't seem too fazed. And she was called, she wanted a kid so bad, and later had to have her uterus removed instead so she didn't get cancer. I guess the two of them went to the woods and buried it together. My best friend asked, did I know that soup has fish sauce in it? That's what makes it taste so good, she said. I thought you were a vegetarian. Being free. I got to keep moving. I want to be somebody's baby doll. I got to keep moving. I want to be somebody's baby doll. So I can ease my mind, blues falling down like hail. So I can get my lovin' all the time. Being free, I can want you. Being free, I want you just for a minute. Don't want to hold you beyond it. Being free, I choose to have you only so long as we want it. Now I want it, now I want something beyond it. Go find what I want just inside it. Keep tapping that font. For all that's outside to sleep within it. For feeding that font, pour all my sugar right up against it. Being free, I overflow it. Already full or feeling separate, can't always take it. Return to you and not the other. Return to you and not the edge. Being free, I flow off. Flow back with new material. Flow from, flow forth. Circle back. You're not there. Being free. And sometimes it won't open. Flow from, flow forth, circle wider, being free. The corner I never saw because I always rounded it. The sensitivity of a poet is real, even though there isn't use for it. Stop thinking about yourself. The poet struggles. Who fucking cares? Why do I still feel sad? Why think brown edges of roses? An eco-picnic lays down, prepares to dissolve on top of acids. Someone cut a hole in the bush and sat there in the hole, waiting for people to pass by, thinking what to say. This someone barely has any flesh on her. She's more like a hoop skirt of cardboard tubes over a corrugated core lash with bread wrappers. So she rests in the bush without distending it. The bag contained many practical items. I wondered about their uses. It was hard to say what they were for without unpacking them. The woman saw me eyeing her things as she struggled to walk up the steps to her house. It was the second spherical object of around 1.5 inches in diameter I had seen lying in the grass next to the sidewalk. Only this was an actual vegetable, a tiny, pale zucchini. It was the first spherical object of around 1.5 inches in diameter I would see lying in the grass next to the sidewalk, only this was a real thing, someone had made with a machine and synthetic materials. A dark yellow ball that looked heavy and smooth, with a rotten leaf stuck to it like a hair topper, which is a piece of material to look like hair on top of a doll. The woman grimaces at the sun behind my head. I smile back. While she avoids the sun, she is trying to read a palm device that she holds a few feet in front of her body, in her palm, on the same invisible line that goes from my sun to the head and beyond from there. The sun is in my eyes, so I twist them into bow ties, and my top lip rises over my teeth, making a rhomboid opening. The woman sees and swivels like a mirror just for me, and makes a small sound like I, which is when I notice her. I untie my eyes and try to match her facial expression. Wish for the feeling of having smiled, she doubles down on me. I think about how it operates, like all I'm capable of is this naked and flat, just plain. Observations, objects startling because hollow, either that or their two-dimensionality that is at the same time presented as truth or bald, like we don't actually have feelings or feelings aren't real. The likeness is very good. We're the cardboard cutouts with edible bits, transparent taste to scale or made to appear larger. Because to describe all the flesh and the heat would distract people, maybe it would disgust people, would retch, and would take away from the portrait of the world as life-sized illustrations of the things that we want and need, and so many things we don't even know exist. We'd like to discover. If it's easy, then why don't I deserve it? The word stops before the thing stops before the word. The thing is made to stop by the word. The hard thing is to go behind the thing or inside the wound. With the word like a finger, hook, periscope, full revolution without tearing. What is the point? If not to tear, the violence is the description. The easy thing is receiving the transmission, encompassing the sender, dismantling the property, housing the new life. Do it yourself. What you're doing is worthless. What you're saying is worthless. I'd like you to listen now. Listen to me talk so much louder than you. I'm so much older than you. Hey, I asked you a question. I'm onto something like my feet and toes need the board, just more of my firm flesh to cut the surf, and someone else talking. And she's told this story before. Sentences roll downhill, then they end, and someone else has something, and she's bellowing. You're from California, aren't you? You walk away asking. While you're nodding, you're so bored, eating cracker crumbs fall off your face, checking for ticks. Anything latching? Michelle said, it's like, I love you, we are different. Or let's sit with our difference. Let it ripple, look at it. Less, love each other. More didn't sound cheesy, or easy was hard to hang on when nobody cared for my difference. Too old for my difference. Come to my sameness, my senses, feel their interest. Fall off engorged. Leave blood puddles. I keep asking, what is the life cycle of the tick? I ask my elders, how do they live? Nobody knows except to unbury the head from their flesh. What ointments force it out? And just a couple more poems. Female trouble. If I open my eyes, I can see you sleeping next to me. I can see you approaching. You are already close. If I keep my eyes wide, if I wear my eyes with the wet part out, I forget to blink because you're catching my interest. So they dry like their dry part, only painted with the inside color, a little bit exaggeratedly because you may as well, because it is dark, so I go out making faces. If I want to watch something, I tune to your channel. What's interesting to you about my body? You came to see my skin fluttering in the sheets. I'm all gills, pink and white, but nothing. Bloody, blind slats rattle to let you through, waving scarves, crushing flowers. No, patiently, no. That's the feeling, which is beside the point that is the object you are sussing that is also you. Pen out for full effect, see me indeterminate. I need to spice up my expression. Won't you narrow down on me again? If I want to pretend to have a different body than my own, I can. In order to learn empathy for others, just look at your body. Your looking makes a movie I watch. I pretend to have your body. I reach out and touch your body with your hand, gravitating to my cock naturally, gravitating like my whole self goes to it, slightly feel sorry for the other body. Tumbleweed never got any sympathy, but knew she rolled over something good. The film by John Waters is called Female Trouble and stars the drag queen Divine, who went to my high school in Baltimore. She plays two roles, one delinquent teen-year-old runaway and one male truck driver. When they encounter each other on the road, the man part rapes the woman part, or maybe it's consensual. Hard to say, but the violence of the scene was awful until I realized both were Divine, or rather Divine was multiple and full of intention. In the movie, she not only fucks, but impregnates herself, then goes on to raise the child. Took part of my calf, made a new Achilles tendon. Took part of my large intestine, threw it away. Took part of its large intestine, prepared the link. Took one kidney, poached till tender, marinated, diced the kidney, served with toast points. Took one baby, stitched the hole. Thanks.